Hey, stunning people. My name is Beane, and welcome to the Salt Lick Sessions. This next band won the FreshGrass band competition back in 2019, and now they're here to play the main stage. Joining us in the studio is AJ Lee and Blue Summit.
I was born way up in Katy Holler in the year of 33. Well, I lived a lifetime of sorrow with no one to care for me. Oh, no one to care for me. My mama ran away, I'm left us. My daddy died when I was 2. Well, my brothers both tried to raise me, but that war took them too. Awful war took them too. They put me to work in the coal mine, up against shovel in my hand. Well, when life don't offer many choices, you must do the best you can. I was much too young to be a man. I fell in love with the city woman. I loved her with all my heart and soul. But a rich talking man, he stole her from me. He took my heart and left an empty hole. He destroyed this mountain boy's soul. I found she took my unborn young hand, my child never to be seen. Just another case of mountain heartache, causing torture deep inside of me. I'm so lonesome, Lord help me. I was born way up in Katy Holler, now in the year of 33. Well, I lived a lifetime of sorrow with no one to care for me. Oh, no one to care for me. Now death's cold and it's creeping toward me, just waiting to take away my pain. My trials and troubles will be over, and heaven's reward I will gain. Jesus calls out this mountain boy's name.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
How are you doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
Having a good weekend at FreshGrass?
Well, yeah. Well, this is our one and only day here.
Oh, yeah?
So we're making the most of it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so glad you had some time to come see us.
Mm-hmm.
Us too.
I can speak for, I think, all of us when I say that. You were a real highlight.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
I don't know which performances are going to be in the episode, but it was great that I got to witness all of them. Because
Oh.
they're all great. They're all great, and they're unique, and they're different in their own way, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Tell me about the project. Tell me about the band. What's the origin story?
So this band, I think we're coming up on actually 8 years this month.
Nice.
We first formed in 2015. Originally a Santa Cruz-based band in California, and the whole vibe of the band is just playing with your friends and getting together and having a good time. And I think with our band in particular, we have 2 guitar players, and that's kind of a standout thing. And it's because we weren't really curating this whole thing. We just liked playing with the people we had. So that's a huge philosophy that we have with us.
Is there any competition between the guitar players?
No, not at all.
No.
No,
Not even a little bit.
not even a little bit. No, no, we get along
Very
too well.
respectable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're different enough. That's what it is. is
Yeah,
that he's
very
got,
different things.
He's got his own thing of playing incredibly fast and really like melodic, and I'm more concerned with sassiness and lower kind of guitar stuff,
Right.
rhythm stuff. You know.
I like it. Between the two of you, the whole instruments in use, it's really a joy to see. It really is. So you're from California.
Yeah.
Have you been on tour for a while?
So the way we usually tour, at least this year, we do like a few days out and then a few days home. So we've been touring, I think, more days than we have been home, but usually we'll go out for like 11 and then be home for like 3 or 4. So that structure's been working for us.
I got you. Who are some of the people that you listened to growing up that made you want to start making your own music?
Well, I mean, all the bluegrass greats is what got us into this, really. You know, Stanley Brothers, Vernon Ray, Bill Monroe, Flatt and Scruggs. But I mean, I think at this point, the most important thing is cross-genre influence and cross-disciplinary influence too. I mean, sometimes I learn more about how to effectively tour and effectively work in this life from comedians just as much as I do from musicians or, you know, chefs or whatever. It's important to make sure that you like reach out. I mean, we were just talking about this earlier that like, you know, we barely listen to bluegrass anymore.
Yeah.
Because we've got so much of it in the memory banks that like we have a lot to learn from things like hip hop and
Yeah?
whatever
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
What else are you listening to?
Well, my Discover Weekly Spotify is so bad, so I try to discover new things. But the good thing is in this band, we all listen to different things still. And so we like Scott was saying, we like pick a part of different genres. And I've been actually listening to a lot of Bonnie Raitt recently because her new album came out, you know, this year.
Right.
And I remember my mom listening to a lot of Bonnie Raitt. And the funny thing is I've actually been listening to a little bit of Steely Dan.
Yeah.
And as I was listening to
Very
some
good.
Steely Dan, I was hearing some of the songs, and I'm like, I've heard these before in my childhood. And I texted my mom, and I was like, Mom, are you a Steely Dan fan? And she's like, yeah, I like some of his stuff. It's really cool. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. She's a Steely Dan fan too. So
Right.
we grew up with a lot of diversity and still listen to that now, I guess.
I'm into it. And so how do you hold space, if bluegrass is the foundation, how do you hold space for all the other influences when you're creating?
I would say syncopation is the through line. That's why something like hip hop is so interesting, because I mean, the way bluegrass was formed from, you know, the grasses, the Scots-Irish immigrants from the hills, bringing their music, creating old time, and then the slave trade brought over black folks from Africa, and they brought syncopation. You know, if we ever tour in like Europe, a lot of the music, the traditional music that they show us there is like, it's like a march every time, and you know. But everything here, because we have that fortunate influence, is syncopated. So we have that, you know, that kind of bluesy thing that hip hop offers, and that funk offers, and that pretty much anything that accents the unexpected beat is the through line that we can use to influence.
And pulse too.
Yeah.
Yeah, syncopation and pulse, because I was thinking of like Irish music too, you know, which goes along with the
cadence.
syncopation. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I'm so into that. The musicology approach to it is definitely appreciated by me, I can say. Is there a robust bluegrass scene in California? You might be the first California bluegrass band that I've met, which I blame me for. I'm sure that there are plenty out there.
We've actually got this question a few times this year, and the California bluegrass scene is, you know, you have to look for it, but the one that's there is very solid. Like, we all get real tight real fast, and I think a surprise to a lot of people is that it tends to lean very traditional. So you'll find a lot of jams being, you know, very 1950s oriented, but you know, there's a whole group of people who like do all sorts of things, but yeah, I'm very grateful for that community, because it's one of those that you learn, you know, like you have the roots to learn on, and then everyone is just so encouraging there. So yeah, it's one of the best scenes in my opinion.
That scene is also how we all met each other.
Yeah.
It's how we know each other. Sully and his family, the Tuttles, his older sister Molly, we all grew up around each other, going to the same festivals. I met AJ when she was around 4 or 5, and I was probably around 9 or something like that.
That's cute.
Yeah, we all grew up playing together and playing, like, learning the foundation of traditional bluegrass from which to build.
It's very obvious when I listen to you guys play. I'm like, this is a group of people that have spent a lot of time together. To know how each other is just gonna move and interact. It's almost like watching a flock of birds fly. It's like really, really fascinating to watch. Yeah, I'm very into it. Very into it. The scene that I kind of spend a lot of time in is very like, there's a lot of tracks that get used, very kind of robotic, and everything is electronically lined up on a grid. And so feeling the pulse and the push and pull of you guys is really a joy.
Oh, good.
Yes. Come join me in LA, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Get me out of the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
I'm very into it. Who are some people that you're saying are coming up in the scene with you that I should know about?
There's actually a young band called Crying Uncle that we're also great friends with. And they're a killer bluegrass band. The Quayle family, there's 2 brothers in it. They're just phenomenal pickers. Also, Broken Compass is another California band that is up and coming. And it's also so heartwarming to see those 2 bands succeed as much as they have been so far, because it is, in our community, you know, we've gone through many kids programs, and we'll see, you know, there's the upper generation, which for me is like Molly Tuttle and one of my friends, Angelica, and then there's us, and then there's the generation below us, which is doing what we did under the upper generation. So it's cool seeing this cycle and seeing them enjoy it as much as we did when we were doing it too.
Totally. And then speaking on that cycle, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Bigger stages, cool places, with these same people that I get to play with, my best friends. Yeah, just building upon that, and you know, this is like the happiest kind of music you can play, and I'm the happiest with these people. So as long as I can keep doing this, that's all I want to do.
We can manifest it. Is there a dream venue that you want to play?
Haven't played Red Rocks yet.
That's always one on my head too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Definitely want to play that one, and among others, but that's definitely a bucket list item for me.
Yeah. Ryman would be fun.
Ryman?
The original Ryman, yeah.
There we go. Okay, we're going to manifest it here. We have good manifestation energy here. I'm into it. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Oh.
It really is a joy. I'm an innocent fan.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I'll end with a squeeze too. I like to end with a squeeze.
Squeeze.
Thank you. I think it's still locking in. Thanks.
I say there's something special about the way you see my soul, my soul. Ooh, no, no, my soul. In the night, I lay awake and toss in my
Hey, stunning people, if you're loving our music, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe, and comment below who you want to see next.